The world ended.
There is no way you don't know.
Stop.
How long ago?
As we've been speaking with the Ionians and moving through their settlement, I've been constructing a theory. It needs work, but the nascent form is this. After the collapse, few people were leaving Earth. More recently, we would notice. And the Ionians are truly humans. I think they must have come here during the Golden Age. Maybe even before.
You keep saying that word. Collapse? I've never heard the Ionians say Golden Age or anything like it, but they've mentioned a span of time that was good. Better? Could be it.
Lodi, you said your vocation was translating. Now that you've added the Ionians to your repertoire, how many do you speak?
Fluently 4, passively 9, only written 2. Not many folks to speak them with these days. I grew up speaking 3 at home. I've learned the others in school. Here and there, anyone who would teach me. Those 2 written ones, maybe I can learn how to pronounce them. The Ionians were overwhelmingly kind when I arrived. They'd never seen anyone they didn't recognize.
More than that, the Ionians are the only ones who know anything meaningful about what's beyond the altar, and are willing to speak to us about it.
How do we protect them? They can't stay like this, but they can't go either.
Your continued interference has been noticed.
The Conductor. Even out here, anyone who stands in the way of restoring your new golden age ends up trampled. You're here to make things worse.
Am I? I understand our designs for the future seem mutually exclusive to you, but I have ignored the Guardians since Nessus.
What power does this Maya bear? It's hives and nausea. Whatever paracausality she wields is fundamentally rule-breaking.
You chase a villain of your own imagination. My goals are not against you. They are above you. Now, leave us.
She's still going to throw everything she has to get us out of the way. Gate Lord incoming! She's still going to throw everything she has to get us out of the way. Gate Lord incoming.
So, Maya wants to return us to the Golden Age. The Ionians haven't talked about it. When was the Golden Age?
It ended centuries ago. There's reason to suspect the Ionian ancestors arrived before it began. Imagine watching the world end from the edge of the system.
What world?
Earth.
When?
What do you mean, when?
I mean, what do you mean the world ended?
There is no way you don't know.
Stop.
How long ago? How long? When did the world end?
So many records were wiped out. We don't have an exact number. Hundreds of years ago.
They're gone. Are you kidding me? Just like that? There was an apocalypse, and it's ancient history, and that's it. I mean, didn't someone think that to etch a date in a stone or something helpful? There's no time capsules, there's no bunkers, just gone?
And I can't undo any of it.
Lodi. That would have never been possible. Surely you know this.
No. I don't know.
You're not the first person to wake up lost. I'll tell you what I tell the others. The Golden Age rose, and fell, and then so did the Dark Age. There were few of us then, and survival barely eked out. But we did. Humans live. We built a city. In time, there will be more.
There were hundreds.
I know. Can you tell me what you do remember?
What does it matter now?
I'm sorry. That was... sorry.
It's such a simple question, but I know. You remember stars.
I used to drive out into the country to see them. As bright as they were hundreds of years ago.
Oh, always used to take my breath away.
Just looking up, realizing all over again how much more was out there that nobody saw. Yes, the stars aren't such a wonder anymore. Out here.
There are still mysteries.
Lodi, are you there? Everything okay?
No. I can't go back. How long ago was the collapse? Were any of you there?
No one alive was there. We can still see skyscrapers.
What cities?
None. The collapse was centuries ago, Lodi.
This is bad. This is extremely bad.
Lodi?
Just put the damn thing in the thing. I need to figure out how to word this.
We've cleared the path for the Ionians to approach their field study site once more. One of them said thank you to me as they were walking by. Lodi mentioned teaching them some phrases. He's been helpful. The Ionians approach science as faith. Utmost belief in understanding through study. Certainty not in the result, but in the process. And in their faith, room for failure. The necessity of it to try again with new understanding. I think I should follow my intuition with Lodi. I should form a new hypothesis.
God! Just my luck. Of course it's broken.
Check outside. There might be another. If we can't get through, we're never going to reach the anomaly.
This is very, very bad. I could handle abduction, but this, I'm imperiled. I can't return. I have to abandon Odysseus protocol. Guardian, can you get everyone on comms?
What's going on?
I want you all to know, at once, that I sincerely apologize. I withheld the nature of my arrival. It was for the sake of the place I'm in service to. My people protect many secrets, but now it's clear I'm too imperiled to continue this deception. I've concluded I'm in deep shit. Miss Ray, you explained how Guardians used to be just people who died and then were reborn. You said they forgot everything about their old lives. Maybe part of you knows you can believe me.
Out with it, Lodi.
My people and I discovered a signal in deep space which connected to an object we found under our city. It brought me here. All the way from the space age before the collapse. I'm from the past.
How?
I picked up a phone.
I felt the ringing more than I heard it. when and where doesn't matter anymore. It's all gone. What does matter is that the unknown was calling. Long distance. I knew if I didn't pick up that phone, I'd regret it for the rest of my life. But whatever was on the other end wasn't chatty. Reached out, pulled me through time and space. I should have been afraid. Because it was one horror show after the next. I was skipping around like a needle across the record, jumping from track to track because of my will was not my own. But I wasn't afraid. Not of death, not of aliens, not of whatever this was.
Only the Vex have come close to time travel. But not like this.
Can you go back?
Not as Neon.
Orin's right. I don't think I can now.
You could have told us at any time. Why conceal the truth?
Protocol, I didn't know if I could trust you. In my time, I worked for an organization called the Department of External Observation. The DEO was trying to make contact with extraterrestrials, so we had protocol to follow in the event of abduction. That protocol meant concealing who I was and where I was from to keep my people safe, but they're all gone. I'm alone, and I need help.
Hell of a trip you hitchhiked. Sheesh. I've got a drink if you need one, kid. Eons ago, the Nine gave me something. Said I'd know what to do with it when the time came. Now, I ain't above looking a gift horse in the mouth. But this horse, well, it ain't got no mouth. You've seen it. That haul I got strapped to the back of the derelict. Time came and went. I all but gave up. Thought I was doomed to drag half a planet's worth of dead weight behind me until old Soul froze over. But listen, hero. Ever since we got here, something's been scratching at the back of my brain. The hall's acting up. I don't reckon I know what to do with it, but I've got a thought. You could go so far as to call it an inkling. You've banked a lot of motes over the years. Maybe it's time to cash out.
Is that Lodi's journal? He wouldn't just leave it like this. Lodi, come in. We found your journal. Are you there? He's not answering. Something feels wrong. Let's track him down. Guardian, you have one new call.
Hello, Guardian. This is Lodi. Sorry to bother you. But I need to know if I'm losing it. Are you experiencing hallucinations? I was transcribing notes and saw myself from 5 minutes prior. It did just what I had done on a loop, then vanished. Does that concern you? Guardian, I can't provide more context, but I also can't maintain protocol if I'm compromised. There's uranium jazz in my spine. It feels like someone's hand is using my arm as a sleeve. Wait, I hear a voice. Guardian, there's someone in my head. Oh. Ted.
Guardian, someone's on the line.
Hello, Guardian. This is Lodi. Sorry to bother you. But I need to know if I'm losing it. Are you experiencing hallucinations? I was transcribing notes and saw myself from 5 minutes prior. It did just what I had done on a loop, then vanished. Does that concern you? Guardian, I can't provide more context, but I also can't maintain protocol if I'm compromised. There's uranium jazz in my spine. It feels like someone's hand is using my arm as a sleeve. Wait, I hear a voice. Guardian, there's someone in my head. Oh.
Test. Exceptional candidate. Superior harmonic synapses, optimum dimensionality. A favorable replacement.
Well, Guardian, does that concern you?
The signal's stronger here. I'm picking up a call and patching it through to your navigation display.
That voice in my head did something. Guardian, when you see me, tell me if something's wrong with my eye. Don't lie, okay? Oh, this is a sticky wicket. I'm seeing double of everything, but from 30 seconds ago, I need to get to another psychic slime.
Lodi, it's dangerous to venture into the Accord alone. Let the Guardian act as a mediator for you.
You know, I was having the same sort of idea.
Okay, we'll track down another slime and get to the bottom of this. House of Exile. We'll need to clear them out to interface with the slime corpse. Okay, Guardian. You're the one who can wield Kepler's energies. Give it a shot.
Whoa, wait, I'm feeling everything's spinning. Mr. Ghost,
Three's talent for weaving tapestries ever remarkable. This emissary has already made contact. Are you listening, weapon?
Who? Who is this? You're speaking with the Guardian.
Primitive thing. I speak with the preemptive weapon.
Ah! Guardian! Something's in my head. Like we saw with the House of Exile. It must be the Archon.
We'll see if we can track down the source. Does everything still look like it's playing in reverse?
Oh! Oh! Oh, it feels like you're plucking a nerve. Oh, I'm getting flashes, images. Is someone trying to brainwash me?
We're on our way to another one of those psychic slimes, Lodi. Hang in there. Are you sure this isn't going to make it worse?
Worse, it can't get worse. Do it, Mr. Coast, I'm ready.
There's another mold. The Archon is definitely using these to reach through his followers somehow. We've seen something similar, but...
I'm seeing everything. Like I'm looking down in a valley. There's a strange ship. It's headed towards an eye. But I see earlier there's a robot leaning backwards. Stars. Oh, I'm showing you some stars. I see us at a stand in a city. You bought noodles for me to try. That's good. What are these? Further ahead, I feel someone else's bloodlust. I want my freedom. I can kill for it, but I don't know if this is me. And at the end of the valley, I see you, Guardian, standing by Lake Michigan. It's the future. That was definitely not the Archon. So, something possessed me, rewired how I see time, and it wasn't the other telepathic alien we've met so far. All of my dreams are coming true.
That's one way to look at it. You're awfully calm for having someone in your head. If it wasn't the Archon, it was at least connected somehow.
It must have been that thing I saw when I arrived. I'm not human anymore, am I? What did it do to me? It's like I turned neon.
I've been talking to that drifter fellow. Not a name I'd self-apply, but I like him. He understands what it's like to be stranded far from home. Anyway, he was telling me about these aliens who are giving the Ionians such a hard time, the Elixni. Apparently, they normally live on something called ether. Huh. Seems like you already have some experience with it. Interesting. The locals say these Elixni augment their supply with dark matter. Who knows what physiological effects that's having? Might be the reason they're so hostile. I suggest you assess their production lines. If we learn how the dark matter is affecting them, it might give us some leverage.
Team, I've got some intel from my informant.
Informant? Well, well. First it's a contact, then it's an informant. They're taking a liking to you.
Maybe a way to help the house calm down and see straight again. I'm sending coordinates, but keep on that heading.
Lodi, Drifter, checking in. How goes your recon on the House of Exile?
The Guardian's handling the situation well, but Miss Ray, to be honest, I don't like this. There has to be a way to de-escalate the situation.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. I've been watching the house from the derelict, and they are one ruthless group.
Do they appear to be in league with the Conductor? That would tell us something at least.
In all my dealings with the Exile, she hasn't come up. I have reason to believe this Archon is a lone actor. Guardian, Mr. Ghost, you should be nearing a refinery or some kind of drilling operation. Coordinates incoming. I think this is where they're processing their ether. Maybe we can disable their machinery until the Ionians can correct the process.
Okay, I see it from up here. Derelict scanners are picking up all sorts of weird gravity fluctuations, and a whole heck of a lot of exiles.
Guardian, I have an incoming transmission. Patching it through.
I have the Ionian Dean here. She sends her greetings. I'll relay your messages to her and translate what I can of her response. Whatever is in there is dangerous, but precious to them. It's been out of reach.
Orin says these trains are like quantum entangled objects, held in superposition across the fourth dimension. We're through. Now to disable the Exile's dark matter refinery.
I wish it was as simple as talking to them. Last time I tried, I got shot at. And it wasn't my Elixir accent.
They get real touchy sometimes. Sensitive little crustaceans.
Guardian, I'm reading some highly charged energy through one of these pipelines. Lodi, did the Ionians ever explain why they stopped working with the House of Exile? From what I gather, it didn't end well.
I got to talking with one of the old pilots who gabbed on the subject a bit. Ionians tried to synthesize ether for the house.
Why? That's not a simple job. Leave it to those servitor garbage disposals. Matter goes in, ether comes out. Easy.
Except here, everything's imprinted with dark matter, which they apparently want to extract for a pure conversion to ether. The Ionians say it shouldn't be harmful, but the singularity seems to make it toxic to the elixir.
That's it!
You think us sick, but I am mighty. Exile is our teacher, our home. Our rifles are many. Our will is anointed by the giver.
That's strange. It doesn't have enough juice to charge the relay. Maybe we can overcharge the cannon somehow. Guardian, it's supercharging the cannon. This is the house's central refinery. My scans are going a little haywire, but that can't be right. These pipes are operating at alarming pressures.
Let me fill you in on a little secret. None of House Exile's gear has safety regulators. My kind of people.
Hey team, I've seen those little flying bots play hot potato delivering dark matter down to your proximity.
I have an idea. Guardian, a concentration of dense matter could send the whole system over the edge. Let's look for those shanks. I think we can fit under the grate, with the pipeline. You were right, Lodi. This scans like dark matter, wrapped around an artificial gravity well.
Sounds like the type of thing that'd make a nice loud rattle inside some heavy machinery, don't it, hero? Oh, don't worry if it doesn't fit. Just jam it in there.
Pressure's increasing, but the pipes are still holding. We need more.
Incoming exiles. Crack your knuckles and rack your slides.
I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but they seem intent on a fight. Their leader doesn't sound like he's crazed or confused. He has an agenda and a voice to wield it.
Seen a lot of those types in my time.
Maybe we could still reason with him. Lavask, the House of Exiles and the Ionians used to be allies. Don't turn your back on that. Let's look for a solution. Together.
Fool scholars hold our ascension for their distant study. No more. We will feed on the giver, drink of it, enter its horizon.
It's barely holding together. One more, Guardian.
this protect our ascension?
Well, now, that went, great.
It did. We learned the house centers around this giver. Watch your flank, Guardian.